everyone, welcome to Hot on Homes. I'm Lauren Leal. Brick are a way to give your home an appearance of timeless elegance, undeniable strength, and rock-solid stability. We're here in the Acme Brick showroom, and it's easy to see why brick is so beloved. Acme Brick products are the first choice among homeowners and builders because of their lasting beauty and outstanding value. There's no right or wrong choice when choosing brick. The experts at Acme Brick have seen many trends over the years, and today, lighter brick colors are a popular choice. Whites, grays, tans, and buffs are considered light and airy colors that can open up a room. Neutral brick colors boost curb appeal, especially when you use a contrasting trim color. We'll talk more about brick trends shortly, but right now, let's visit some amazing brick homes.
We've been searching for 2 years for the perfect home, and I can remember just being so frustrated not being able to find that home. And we were viewing another builder, and I kept telling them exactly what I want. I want these grand spiraling staircases, and I want a huge kitchen. And he just stopped and said, you really should be looking at grand homes. We found a Grand Homes, and the second we walked in the door, remember, we knew
this is home.
Yeah, the search was over, and it's been amazing ever since.
One of the things that we experienced, I think, that took it to another level is we were adopting from China, and with Savannah, the community just blew us away.
Yeah.
It seems as if when you step into the community that you're stepping into a family park. Our granddaughter said, it feels like I'm at Disney World right here in our own community.
Yeah.
And so that's huge for us.
Everybody talks about how home buying is stressful, and everybody talks about how building a home is stressful. However, Grand's made it just a completely stress-free from building, designing, customization. I would by far recommend Grand Homes to anybody and everybody, friends, family, people I don't even know.
100%, because it was stress-free and they were very personable and very meticulous in everything they do. And in the future, if we buy another house, it will be with Grand Homes.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Drees Custom Homes in the breathtaking master plan community of Wolf Ranch is offering distinctive homes nestled in the hills of Georgetown. From building materials to floor plans to interior and exterior design elements to customer service, Drees Custom Homes experts can deliver the home of your dreams. Located just off I-35, residents can walk to Wolf Ranch Town Center or take a relaxing stroll in the community trails, swim in the resort-style pool, or kick back with family at the Barefoot Park. Build your custom home today.
There are many places to look for your next home, but sifting through hundreds of pre-owned homes, fixer-uppers, foreclosures, apartments, and rental properties can be confusing, not to mention exhausting. We've helped Texans find the perfect new home for years, and now it's easier than ever. Just scan the QR code and download our easy app. You'll be able to search for new home communities, watch hundreds of home builder videos, tour hundreds of available new homes, and you can join tens of thousands of other local home shoppers in our Home Shopper Club. Members receive special sneak peek emails before each show, personalized updates on new communities, special notices about new homes based on your criteria, and our Home Shopper magazine. It's fun, easy, and the fastest way to learn about the very best builders and community developers in Texas. Scan the code and join the fun. There's no place like Hot on Homes. Imagine a place with vast green belts, lush hillsides, and massive century-old oak trees as your backdrop. Set along the banks of the Mustang Bayou 2022 Master Planned Community of the Year, Pomona by Hillwood offers residents wide open green spaces to connect with nature and the community around them. From the backyard that includes a colorful treehouse and zip line, resort-style pools with cabanas, a catch-and-release fish camp to the dock where residents can reserve kayaks, the fun and recreation at Pomona is truly endless. Pomona by Hillwood has partnered with builders who have been recognized for their quality craftsmanship, splendid designs, and impeccable customer service. Hidden away from the chaos of the city, Pomona is about balance, lifestyle, and family. Elevate the everyday as we are conveniently located in the Highway 288 corridor in the emerging city of Manville. Come find your home.
The greatest teams never rest. They keep pushing, learning, and growing to continue to reach new levels of success. That determination is what helped take Monument Realty to the top. And the view from up here is pretty amazing. If you want a team of experts with years of proven success leading the way to help you reach your real estate goals, put the experts at Monument Realty to work for you.
Uncover and explore a hidden oasis with hill country backdrops and breathtaking views of the scenic San Gabriel River. Wolf Ranch by Hillwood Communities offers a fresh, new way of life where residents thrive within a modern, vibrant community in Georgetown, Texas. From green spaces, parks, and trails to an on-site lifestyle program with planned events and award-winning curated amenities, there are endless opportunities to connect with family, friends, and neighbors. Wolf Ranch has selected a handful of award-winning builders known for quality construction, attention to detail, and a commitment to excellence. Conveniently located a half a mile from I-35 and Highway 29 intersection and just minutes north of Austin, Wolf Ranch is the perfect place to live, work, and play. Wolf Ranch, where resort-style amenities, designer details, and wide-open spaces abound. Come home to Wolf Ranch today. Today's homeschool topic is REO properties. REO is a term that means real estate owned and is used to describe a property that is owned by a lender, such as a bank, loan insurer, or government agency that was not sold at an auction. REO properties were once owned by individuals who stopped making mortgage payments and the property went into foreclosure and was repossessed by the lender. Lenders then hold auctions for these properties to recover their investment. If the property isn't sold at auction, it becomes an REO property. If you have a question about your new home journey, send us an email at homeschool@hotonhomes.com.
The fastest selling community Texas has ever seen is in the home stretch. The final phases have begun, and once these beautiful wooded home sites are gone, they're gone forever. 2 to 5 acres from only $59.9 with excellent financing available. Nestled between a state park and a national forest with high-speed internet and high and dry elevation. Now's the last chance to secure your legacy at Texas Grand Ranch.
Hi, I'm Stephen Brooks. I'm CEO of Grand Homes. Today we want to talk about Life Space. Life Space is a unique design concept where we give you additional space in the home that changes as your lifestyle changes. Come on in and let's take a tour and let me show you some life space. Welcome. As you can see, the beautiful interior architecture of the home. In addition to that, we have the life space. Life space is an extra room which we give you to use for your own individual family's lifestyle needs. Now, as your life changes through time, you have this additional space in your house that can be used for so many different things. You might want a downstairs media room. You might want a home office, a home study hall, library, den, man cave, or just a quiet space to get away from the noise of the day. This life space here is used as a downstairs media room. This could be a game room or just a nice place to get away. And this is a special space. We call this mom space. It's a quiet space for mom to lounge, read a book, enjoy herself, be away from the cares of the day, and relax, maybe have a sip of wine. And this life space is being used as a guest room. It can be a spare bedroom or a bedroom for the family when they come home. And this life space is our multi-generational life space. This is a special space for a loved one who may be returning, who needs a full-service kitchen, sitting room, adjoining bedroom and bath. A complete home within a home. Well, I hope you enjoyed your LifeSpace tour. I hope you'll come out and see LifeSpace in one of our new model homes here in the Metroplex. Please come out to Grand Homes and see LifeSpace just for you.
There's nothing like the security and beauty of a brick home. And when it's Acme Brick, it comes with a 100-year guarantee. So when you're looking for a new home, look for the Acme name right in the brick. It's your assurance of genuine Acme Brick quality. When you talk with your builder, ask about Acme Brick. And to see Acme's wide selection of brick colors and textures, visit brick.com. Acme Brick, the best thing to have around your house.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of freedom at the private lake of the fastest selling acreage community Texas has ever seen. Republic Grand Ranch. Acreage from just $79.9, located just north of the Woodlands. This is peaceful and private living that you designed from the ground up. And the modern world is just a country road away. Call today for huge buying incentives and find your freedom at Republic Grand Ranch.
Sunterra is the #1 selling community in Houston and zoned to the #1 ranked district, Katy ISD. Imagine walking along a white sand beach and swimming in the turquoise blue waters of a crystal clear lagoon amenity. Sunterra, a 2,303-acre premier master planned community in flourishing Katy, Texas, is emerging as a masterpiece in residential living. Sunterra will soon be home to a crystal clear lagoon that will be situated within an expansive resort-style amenity village featuring white sand beaches and family-friendly water sports. Families of Sunterra will also enjoy an additional amenity village anchored by a lazy river. Living in paradise is finally within your reach. All of the homes built in Sunterra offer an exclusive technology package designed to provide homeowners with the tools needed to feel safe and secure in their new home. Each home is pre-wired with enhanced smart home features. Families that live in Sunterra enjoy an active outdoor lifestyle. The community features many lakes and recreation opportunities for families of all ages. Getting around Sunterra is an adventure on its own. Residents can walk, jog, drive electric power carts or scooters to their favorite community destination along the Green Bolt Trail system, a massive 12-foot wide paved trail that winds through Sunterra. This ultimate trail provides a journey that's almost as exciting as the destination. Conveniently located just north of I-10 and west of the Grand Parkway, Sunterra is right in the heart of Katy, Texas. This gives residents easy access to highly rated Katy ISD schools, area employment centers, and plenty of fun shopping and dining opportunities. Visit one of the outstanding builders today to see why so many families are now calling Sunterra home. Welcome back! We're here in the Acme Brick showroom, and it's easy to understand why brick has universal appeal. Brick adds warmth and charm to unexpected areas like kitchens or game rooms. A fashionable and popular option is thin brick from Acme. This product made from real brick is a fantastic choice for interior projects. Thin brick is lightweight and as easy to install as ceramic tile. That means homeowners can save time and money. It's a win-win! Choose from a wide color selections to add some excitement in your kitchen or bathroom, or create a classic and modern feel in any room. Acme offers a full line of thin brick products in various colors, sizes, and textures. Acme makes it easy to refresh a room or add a colorful accent wall. More on this later, but now let's see some amazing brick homes.
Step up to the grand experience with Grand Homes in South Point, the award-winning master plan community in Mansfield, the largest luxury master plan community in South DFW. South Point is more than a neighborhood, it's the premier community for luxury homes. Grand Homes brings 19 of their award-winning floor plans and the home designs to this family-friendly neighborhood. These amazing homes fit perfectly in the sprawling greenscapes, miles of sidewalks, 2 lakes, 9 parks, and the resort-style amenity center featuring a gorgeous community pool. South Point is perfectly located. Direct access to 260 and 287 allows homeowners to get anywhere in the DFW Metroplex, and children will attend the highly rated Mansfield ISD. Grand Home's spectacular floor plans and beautiful interior features are just part of the remarkable value in your grand home. Each is carefully constructed as beautifully as they look, with 2x6 wall construction, radiant barrier in the attic, and multiple layers of insulation. Every Grand Home is Energy Star certified and will help you save thousands on utility bills and living expenses every year. Grand Homes has homes available right now in this desirable community. Money Magazine has repeatedly rated Mansfield as one of the top 50 places to live, and Grand Homes has been voted America's best builder multiple times. Come see why at Grand Homes in South Point.
With over 50 years of experience building luxury homes, Toll Brothers offers homebuyers distinctive architecture, unrivaled choice, and an extraordinary customer experience in Pomona. Toll Brothers' impeccable standards are reflected in every home they build. Pomona homeowners have so much to explore, including resort-style pools, a fish camp, hike and bike trails, playgrounds, a fitness center, and the list goes on. Elevate the everyday at Pomona in your new Toll Brothers home. The easiest way to find your dream home is with the Hot on Homes app. Just click on the QR code on the screen, download the app, and start looking for your new home. You can watch new home videos, use our helpful mortgage calculator to find out how much your monthly payment would be, follow local new home updates on our blog, discover new home incentives and discounts, enjoy the latest issue of Home Shopper magazine, or find the perfect mortgage or real estate partner. It's all here right at your fingertips. We created this app with local home shoppers in mind, with plenty of new homes and communities. Thousands of new home videos to watch, with information and tools you need to feel comfortable and confident as you start your new home journey. Everything you need to find the perfect new home, sell your current home, and get the best deal and find the perfect mortgage is right at your fingertips with our Hot on Homes app.
Quality, vision, trust, and design. You've spent time finding or designing the perfect luxury home. And a one-of-a-kind home needs a one-of-a-kind pool. A pool that is designed around how you live, how you entertain, and how you relax. Imagine that pool. At J. Anthony Custom Pools, we approach creating a luxury pool with the same passion we have for our award-winning luxury homes. To ensure your pool is of the highest quality, we use the best materials and highest rated contractors, then meticulously supervise every step of the process. Our in-house designers incorporate your vision into your pool design, creating the perfect extension of your lifestyle, expressing who you are and how you and your family live. At J. Anthony Custom Pools, we know we're creating more than just a luxury pool. We're creating a long-term relationship with you. And all great relationships begin with trust. And finally, we'll design and deliver a pool that is as unique as your home, as unique as you. Call J. Anthony Custom Pools for your free design consultation and experience quality, vision, trust, and design firsthand.
Grand Homes is extremely energy efficient. We're actually 100% Energy Star certified. So every home that we build is required to meet Energy Star certification. And you see that when you go into any completed grand home, you'll see a certificate hanging in the garage that shows those energy requirements and that the certification has been met. At Justin Crossing, we offer 8 different floor plans, anything from as small as a single story, 1902 square feet, up to over 4,000 square feet. We can build anywhere from a 2-bedroom up to 6 bedrooms and possibly more. Justin Crossing is a pretty unique neighborhood. It is going to be a relatively small community with only 160 homes. However, we do still have the benefit of having a really nice park in the neighborhood, and we also have a dog park that's coming soon. Now is the time to buy a home because prices are only going up. We still have availability here in Justin Crossing. We have several lots available. So now is time to take advantage of the prices and get in before prices go up.
Looking to transform your outdoor living space? The Acme Brick Showroom is more than just a wide selection of quality brick. It's a one-stop shop for your dream backyard. Our showroom features countless products for outdoor living life. From fire pits to full outdoor kitchens, the Acme Brick Showroom is your destination to take your home project from concept to completion. Visit with one of our experts today and let us help you realize the full potential of your home. Go to brick.com to find a showroom near you.
What do you get when you combine one of DFW's most established builders and the historic charm of Waxahachie? You get a distinctive Sandlin home in the community of Shepherd's Place. Sandlin Homes offers a variety of innovative floor plans with striking design features to meet the needs and dreams of every family. With homes starting in the low 300s, Shepherd's Place not only has your perfect home, but your perfect price as well. Living in Shepherd's Place is just perfect. Residents will attend Wedgeworth Elementary School, Eddie Finley Senior Junior High, and Waxahachie High School. But life in Shepherd's Place is so much more than that. The community is conveniently located near I-35 and Highway 287, making for an easy commute. And residents of this quiet community enjoy close access to plenty of shopping, dining, and some great Texas entertainment like the Texas Film and Music Festival, the Crepe Myrtle Festival, and the Texas Country Reporter Festival. There's plenty of fun just around the corner from Shepherd's Place. Sandlin Homes is a local builder that has been meeting the new home needs of thousands of DFW families since 1957. They know that each home they build is being built for one of their neighbors. Quality, design, and integrity are the principles that make up the foundation of every Sandlin home. Visit Shepherd's Place in Waxahachie and experience the Sandlin Homes tradition of excellence.
Surrounded by the authentic Texas countryside, the Gables at Tioga by Red Gable Homes offers the perfect blend of small-town living with a modern, energy-efficient lifestyle. Red Gable Homes believes in providing the highest quality new home construction utilizing the latest industry-leading techniques. The farmhouse and craftsman-style homes offer open floor plans with a vast array of interior and exterior custom design choices to make your home uniquely yours. Move-in ready inventory available now, or choose from one of the available lots, floor plans, elevations, and additional optional features, such as an extended back patio, fireplace, or even a third-car oversized garage. There are quarter-acre lots available, and all home sites include a generous-sized backyard. Located in the heart of Tioga, the community is only 5 minutes north of Pilot Point on Highway 377 in Grayson County. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is easily accessible with just a short drive south. Live your best life at the Gables at Tioga by Red Gable Homes.
Today's homeschool topic is USDA loans.
A USDA loan is a loan with the United States Department of Agriculture. This mortgage is offered to rural property owners by the Department of Agriculture. The USDA does not set loan limits and bases the loan amount on the borrower's ability to qualify. You need a minimum credit score of 640 to qualify. If you have a question about your new home journey, send us an email to homeschool@hotonhomes.com.
Justin Crossing is a pretty unique neighborhood. It is going to be a relatively small community with only 160 homes. However, we do still have the benefit of having a really nice park in the neighborhood, and we also have a dog park that's coming soon. Now is the time to buy a home because prices are only going up. We still have availability here in Justin Crossing. We have several lots available, so now is time to take advantage of the prices and get in before prices go up.
When you work at Monument Realty, not only are you partnered with one of the top producing brokerages in DFW, but also with the Dallas Cowboys, the Texas Rangers, and me, Dak Prescott, your Chief Quarterback Officer. Monument partners with industry-leading sports franchises and players to create a unique experience for our agents, clients, and their families. Ready to take the next step in your career? Join Monument and align yourself with the very best in DFW.
Find your country oasis alongside the San Gabriel River with David Weekley Homes at Wolf Ranch in Georgetown, Texas. David Weekley Homes offers the best in design, choice, and service. Your tastes are unique, and your home should be an extension of your personality. David Weekley Homes is committed to guiding you through the exciting journey of building a home for you with beautiful floor plans sure to complement any lifestyle in this family-friendly master plan community. See our model at Wolf Ranch in Georgetown today.
Hi, we're in the Acme Brick showroom in Dallas, Fort Worth. But if you're watching the show, there are Acme showrooms all across Texas. We've been exploring some amazing ideas on how to use brick. Think outside the four walls of your home too. Acme is also a premier source for outdoor kitchens and fire features, brick and stone accents, elegant iron doors, porcelain and luxury vinyl plank flooring, decorative tile, pavers, and much more. We know you have creative ideas for your home, so bring these ideas to the Acme Brick showroom. With your artistic vision and the experts at Acme Brick, your dreams can easily become reality. We hope this roundup of some of the amazing Acme Brick products opens a world of possibilities to really get you thinking. Whether you're remodeling your home or building a new one, there's an Acme Brick product for you. Stop by any Acme Brick showroom to get even more ideas about how to incorporate brick into your life. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching and happy home hunting.
The Hot On production truck is sponsored by Acme Brick. Acme Brick, the best thing to have around your house.